Hello friends, welcome back to your own channel Wealth First. Today I'm going to discuss about a very important tip and tricks of intraday trading. I want you to see this video completely. मैंने इसका भी एक similar video पहले भी बनाया है हिंदी में, but if you understand English, I want you to see this video completely because there may be some points which I might have skipped from my mind while I would be talking in my previous video, but I may remember here, so I may discuss. So friends, today I'm going to talk about very important parameter which is called Vwap, and the full form is volume weighted average price. So what does this mean? This is nothing but this is a price. This is an average price in which volume weightage has been taken. So what does this entail? This entail volume plus price. So this makes this parameter as a very important parameter for intraday trading, because volume and price are the only things which are leading indicators, leading signs of price movement. Rest all indicators are lagging because they are found based on the price which is running. They are formed on the basis of price. However, they are not this parameter is not being made as per price. This is a price in itself. So this is a leading indicator. So this is a very important parameter. You must know this thoroughly for intraday trading. So the first thing is full form of VWAP. So it's called Vwap. I have already told you, volume weighted average price. The detail I have already told you. So why is Vwap important? Vwap is important for two people. First one is intraday traders, people like me, people like who do the intraday trading. I just close my eyes for all the indicators when I am using Vwap, because this is such a strong parameter, such a strong way of doing intraday, rather day trading, that all other indicators are not existing when I use this. Second one is it is being used by mutual fund houses, because mutual fund houses want to buy the stock at that price when it is almost at a price when it is neither very down nor very high. So they want to buy a price when the price is ready to break out. That is the reason why when the mutual fund houses buy a stock, the stock moves up. So this is the reason why Vwap is very important parameter for intraday and mutual fund houses. So now you've understood the utility of Vwap. Now we will understand what actually is Vwap. Vwap is an average price on which a share is trading in a given time frame. So both price and frame are utilized for calculating Vwap. How does it calculate? How is it calculated? I'll just tell you with an example. For I take price as one column and volume as one column, then the Vwap is P into V divided by, that is the number of prices which we are taking. I'm just giving an example. Like if we talk about one day, the stock was trading at ₹100 and the volume which was traded was just one share, then the P into V becomes 100. However, on second day, the price which was being traded was 101, number of shares traded was 2, then the P into V becomes 202. On third day, the price was traded was suppose 103, say 102, the volume which was traded was say 3, then the P into V becomes 306. Now if we add all of them, it comes out to be 608. Now if you divide 608 by number of shares which have been traded, that is 6, then the Vwap comes. Vwap is what? Vwap is nothing but the average of all of them, 608 divided by 6, which makes it what? Which makes it nothing but 101 point something. So this is what is the Vwap. Vwap is the price into volume divided by volume. When you divide price into volume divided by volume, then volume to volume is cut. What does remain? The remaining is price. So what is Vwap? Vwap is nothing but price, average price on which volume has been factored in. So this is a very important powerful tool in which volume and price both have been factored in. How are they factored? I've already explained to you. Now you've understood that Vwap is nothing but price. So what does it tell? It tells you about two things. First, it tells you about the market sentiment, where the market is heading. Why? Because it is being told by the price. If the price is going up, that means market is being bullish, and if the price falls, that means market is becoming bearish. Also, with the price you get to know the direction of market, that market is either going to go up or down based on the price movement. It's very simple. If the price is going up, that means the direction of market is up and you need to be on the buy side. And if the market is falling, that means you understand the market sentiment is bearish and you need to be on the sell side. How simple this is. This is not only just sounding simple, it is as simple as it is sounding. So I'll just tell you, I'll make you the master of this day trading trick. So just be with me. I will make you the master of intraday trading by the end of this video, believe you me. So now, since you are wanting to do intraday or positional, because mutual funds do not do intraday, they do positional. So this is a parameter which is important both for positional and long-term traders, and as well as the intraday trader. Now we'll just focus more on intraday trading, because I am making this video for intraday traders and not mutual fund houses, because they themselves are very intelligent, they need not be taught. So which candle is to be put when you are doing day trading? This is a very good question. See friends, if you are doing positional trading, that is if you are doing trading for 1 day, 2 day, few days, a month, or maybe 2 months, that is called positional trading, in which you need to have a candle of 1 day. That is if you are doing positional, or if you are doing trading of a couple of months, or long term trading also, long term investors also, then I will recommend you to put the candle of 1 day. In case if you are doing intraday trading, believe me friends, if you are doing intraday, then the only candle which you need to use is, if you are even a safe player, then you must use 15-minute candle. And if you are high frequency trader and you can sit in front of your trading terminal for a very long time and you can be watchful, you are agile, then you must go for 5 minutes candles. Otherwise, if you are a safe trader, I will recommend you to do 15 minutes candle intraday trading, because that happens to be okay. And why do I say 1 day for positional? Because 1 day candle comprises of all the sentiments, all the news, all the micros, macros, the news, international scenario, everything, Iran, US, everything is factored in 1 day candle. So you must put a 1 day candle if you are going to do positional or long term investment. Now my point simply to let you know that why I need to use 15 minutes candle and why Vwap is more important for intraday traders is that, suppose I'm taking the chart of Apollo tires, and if I put the candle of, say, suppose 5 minutes, here I put a 5 minutes candle, and I have put the Vwap you can put from studies, so that I'll also tell you how to put Vwap. If you're using 5 minutes candle, 15 minutes candle, 30 minutes candle, that means you are doing intraday trading, then this Vwap line will come. However, if you put the chart of 1 day, if you put the candle of 1 day, then you can see that there is no visibility of Vwap line. That means what? Vwap line indicator will only be utilized, will only appear if you are doing intraday trading. So that means you can get to know that this Vwap indicator is meant only for intraday trading strategies. So if you are doing an intraday, you just close your eyes for most of the factors and just focus on Vwap, because this is going to be a very handy tool for you. And suppose as soon as I put it 15 minutes, the Vwap line comes back again, and you can very well see that once the stock is trading below this Vwap line, the stock doesn't move up. However, the stock starts to move up once it crosses the Vwap line. Now you can say that, sir, it is very simple to explain a chart once it is made. Friends, it's as simple once you do intraday trading also, provided you know the basics, which I'm going to get, everything is going to be clear. It is as simple as I'm telling you. Now your question may come that, so do we use 15-minute candle or 5 minutes candle or 30 minutes candle or 1 hour candle or 3 hour candle? So friends, I simply have to say that the shorter the time frame you keep, the better the result you will get. For example, if you are using 15 minutes candle, you can see the reaction at a very quick pace. However, if you put 3 hours candle, you can see that you don't get that signal quickly. Rather, you get the signal to buy here, and in fact, if I'll take the example of this one, there is hardly a clear breakout which is visible here. Till the time you start to get the breakout here, the stock is already in the sell position. Now if I take about 1 hour candle, you can see that there is some clarity of stock that you get to know this. I'm talking about same Apollo chart only. You can get to know the signal here that you need to buy, and you can buy it somewhere here, and you can continue to be in trade till 170 level. However, if you talk about 15 minutes chart, you can understand the 15 minute chart has given you the signal at 164 range, or rather 164 164.5, and you can do the trade because it has given you clear cut indication of being above VWAP at 164.5. However, if you use 3 hour 1 hour, you could get the clear cut signal of crossing Vwap at almost 167 price range. So I will recommend you to do 5 minutes trading if you are using Vwap. Otherwise, 15 minutes candle happens to be best for intraday trading. Now if you put the 15 minutes candle, then also you get to know the trade well in time. The stock has closed above the Vwap here, which is almost above 164.5, and you can get into the trade. Once it crosses VWAP, you just have to get in trade. Now how do you trade VWAP? Very good question. Simply, when the closing, just remember my words, what I am saying, when the closing of candle is VWAP closing, and not you don't have to get into a trade when the candle has not been made. So you have to get into the trade when the closing of candle is above VWAP, closing price is higher than VWAP, and do cross check. You can always cross check your trade with help of one of the indicator, which happens to be the leading indicator like MACD, and you can do the trade accordingly. For example, I'm doing Apollo tires here, and once it crosses this VWAP decisively at the crossing the closing price of any first candle, which happens to be this is the first candle on which the closing price is coming. You can see this. So this is the place where I can enter in trade, but I will reconfirm either with one of the indicators, which can be MACD, or I will be confirming it with the help of a candle. Now if I see the second candle after this, which happens to be inverted hammer kind of something, you can something of this sort is being made. It is rather kind of a doji, which gives the indication that these sellers are heavy. So what is happening? This is not a signal in which I will be getting into a trade. So I will not get into trade in this candle. I will wait for the next candle, because this is not a bullish candle. This is giving me the clear cut indication that sellers are heavy, because the stock has opened from here, gone up, and again has closed here. That means buyers are not heavy, sellers are more heavy. So I will not buy at this price. I will I will go for the confirmation in next candle, which again the closing price is above VWAP. Again a bullish candle. Bullish candle means the green candle, the sellers are not heavy. This is the confirmation that I have to get into the stock. Once the candle is made, this price range is almost at 165 levels. I will get into the trade, and I will not exit till the time it again gives me the first signal of being a bearish candle or bearish signal, which it has not been able to give me till here, where it is making kind of bullish engulfing pattern. So I will exit at 170 levels, and this gives me almost 64, almost 3 to 4% of profit within a very short span of time. This is how I go about it. This is how I trade. And one very important thing to be noted here is that this is the trading range. That is, this is 2nd of January, this is 3rd of January. So this is single day trading which is going on. So I have entered over here at around 160, 165, and this happens to be somewhere around 10 o'clock, and I can trade during the day and exit by the end of the day. And this is how I do the intraday trading when I use VWAP. Now I'll just quickly explain you how to put this indicator. You just have to put 15 minutes candle or 5 minutes candle if in case you are a high frequency trader. Otherwise, if you are a safe investor, if you are wanting to have clear cut and confirmed signal, just put 15 minutes here. Go to studies. Once you click studies, the drop down menu will come and you just have to write MACD, VWAP. These are the indicators which will come. So once you click it, then this red line will come. This is VWAP. For cross-checking your cross-checking your trade, you can put MACD if you are indicator pro. Like I am more pro with even with candles, so I can take the confirmation signals from candles. However, if you want MACD, then MACD video is also there down below. You can have a look at the MACD video, how the MACD is read. Just suffice to say that once the black line crosses the red line decisively, this gives the clear-cut buy signal. Like in Apollo chart itself only, I'll just explain you. This is the place where I entered when I was doing candle study, but I got the confirmation of MACD buy over here only. So I could have entered not at this place, rather this place. But I have told you, if you are trading VWAP, you just have to be very, very careful that the closing price has to be above this VWAP, which happens to be this. So MACD is also showing that you can buy here, and this has been confirmed that it has closed above VWAP here. So you can in fact get into this position here, which is almost 164 range, and thereafter you can trade intraday with full confidence, making big bucks. So this is what I have told you, how you have to enter. You must know how are candlesticks to be read. If you are thorough with candlestick, if you are thorough with MACD, then friends, using VWAP is as simple as I have told you, that once its closing price is above, you just get in and you will make big lot of money, believe me. Now the very important question which you must ask me, when not to enter the trade. This is also as important as entering into trade. So simply you don't have to enter the trade once you get late. Once candle is away from VWAP, that means suppose the similar chart, if I explain you, suppose this is the time when you should have entered, but your phone call came, or maybe you went out, or you somehow went for a loo and you somehow missed the trade, and you entered once you reach the trading terminal, you found that the stock is already here. Then this is the place where you should not enter. Once the stock has already moved, the closing price is already gone ahead, and the stock has already made its move, then please do not enter. You just have to wait for the next stock, or just find out a next stock in which VWAP action is happening. The closing price is just going to go up, because this is not the trade in which you must go, because the trade may go down. This I'll explain you subsequently. Don't do any momentum chasing thereafter. If you get late and miss the momentum, the first breakout, then please do not enter. This is my humble advice to you, please. I'll explain you this concept with another example of Marico chart. Suppose if you want the ideal price range in which you should have got entered is this one, when you find that closing price is above the VWAP. But I'll go for the second confirmation candle. The confirmation candle happens to be again a doji. What is doji? Doji is this, in which you find that there is no decision, proper decision making, that sellers are also at the same price range, the buyers also closing at the same price range. So this is kind of indecision. So this is what is happening in the next candle, which is coming to be doji. So this is not a clear-cut indication that I need to get into trade, but yes, the next candle gives me the confirmation that closing price is as above VWAP, and this is the price at which I need to enter, and the price range happens to be almost 343, and I will get into the trade, and I will trade for the day, and will trade till I get the first bearish signal, which happens to be this red candle. So I will be in the trade till at least at this price range, which happens to be almost 343 to 345, which gives me almost 1% returns in a day, and that is safe and sound return. However, if you wanted to get into the trade earlier, you should have just cross-checked through MACD, where it has given the clear-cut cross section here, and this is the price where you should have entered. So almost 342 to 345, which almost gives you confident 1.5% within one day. So this is how you do. This is how however, in case if I would not have entered here and I would have missed the trade, if I would have entered here, then see friends, what would have happened? I would have thought I should have entered here, but once I would have entered here, I would have not got a clear cut buy condition here, not a clear cut buy condition here. The MACD has already moved it. The stock can turn its position anywhere. So within 3-4 candle, within 1.5 hours, it has given me a sell signal. So I have not been able to make good money because I have got late. If I have got late, I will not enter the stock. And suppose in case if I enter a stock maybe here, or maybe if I think that I need to enter it here, and I find that it's a big bullish candle which is being made, so should I enter? Will you enter? If yes, then friends, let me tell you that you are taking a very big risk, because see what is going to happen now. So right after this candle which I discussed, this is the place. If you enter here, this red candle is giving you a signal that you need to sell. So either if you sell it, again if you buy it here, then again see the kind of reversal it has taken place. Again it has given a number of sell signal, continuous red candles with price rejection happening at lower levels. That means buyers are totally out of control, and this big red candle gives you the signal that you need to sell. Why? Because the closing price is below the VWAP. This is the red candle, so this is the open price, this is the closing price. So the closing price is below the VWAP. That means it's a clear cut indication of sell. And see what has happened to the stock. You need to sell the stock here. Rather, I will recommend you to sell the stock here, and the price was 243, and you see that what is the level at which it has fallen from this 240, that is 2nd of January. So it has fallen from 243 levels to almost 237 levels, to 36 levels by the end of this day. So you can understand kind of 2 to 3% returns within one day which you have made through VWAP. So friends, whenever we do intraday trading, the thing which is very important for us to know is what is the stop loss which we need to keep. So we need to keep only 3 parameters as stop losses. One is the low of previous candle. The second one is, or if we are in profits, what we can do is we can trail the stop loss. Like if we are in this, we have reached here, so we can trail the stop loss and keep the low of previous candle, this one, or maybe a top of this candle, as whichever you feel like. Or if you are on worst of the worst scenario, if the VWAP is moving like this and the candles are moving like this, so you can keep the stop loss as to be VWAP, which I prefer to do it, because if I am already in the stock here, so I will try to sell the stock at VWAP, and this happens to be my profit range. I'll tell you how to go about it in case if you're in trade. Suppose if I buy a RBL bank here in the very first candle which has given me the clear cut direction and also confirmed with the MACD, so I will get into the trade here at 350-351 range, and I will keep till I get the first signal of sell. So the first signal I'm not getting anywhere. In fact, this is a buy here, so I will keep holding the stock and will trail the stop loss as either the VWAP, which happens to be 358 as the stop loss, or maybe the close of the last candle, which is almost 362. So this is how you maintain the stop losses. Now very important pro tip for you friends. A very important pro tip is that whenever you find a large candle, this shows two things. The trend, either the trend is going to get reversed or the trend is going to be very heavy. How? I'll just tell you with an example. Friends, see, this is the red candle. This is the red candle. This is the Marico chart. What does this indicate? This big red candle simply indicates that buyers are totally out of action. The sellers are active. So the trend has got reversed from here, because this suddenly the buyers are totally out of control and the sellers are totally in control because of this red candle. This is an important pro tip. You must take it that the trend has reversed. Secondly, I'll just tell you with an example over here, and the trend has got reversed. Also, this has the closing price. The closing price happens to be this. The closing price is below VWAP. So this is a clear-cut indication that the trend has got reversed. And in place of buying, what you should be doing is you should be selling it from here. If you sell it here, the price range is 343, and see what a massive move it has made. Boom. From 343 it has gone to 337. So this is what is required to be. You have to be in the right position. When it is going up, you should buy, and when it goes down, you have to sell. This is as simple. So quick pro tip for sellers that when do you want to sell? When if you get some signals like inverted hammer, which is simply like this, when it is made, this means the sellers are heavy, the buyers are very weak, and they can't push the price up. So when the sellers are heavy, this kind of candle will be made. This is a clear cut indication the stock may fall. This is one. Secondly, the stock starts to trade below VWAP, that the buyers have become weak and you need to sell the stock from that level. I'll define you with this example. Like, this is the candle which I'm talking about. You can find that this candle, which is long wick candle here. So you can see this candle is like this, a kind of inverted hammer candle which is being made. So sellers are heavy, so you can understand the trend has reversed, and you just have to confirm it with the next candle which is being formed. Let's see what is the next candle. The next candle gives me the clear cut indication that this is a red candle. The closing price is below VWAP and the stock zooms down. So this is how you confirm. A final pro tip, quick pro tip for the buyers now, that if the stock has earlier been moving below the VWAP and suddenly you find a hammer candle, hammer is this hammer candle, that means buyers have taken the price up till this and sellers have been very weak. They are have been able to push the price here. So this is the candle which you have to look for if you are into buy side. The price should have been trading VWAP, below VWAP, because once it crosses, then you have to be in the action. So earlier trading the price should have been trading below VWAP. This is the clear indication the sellers are weak. For example, this is the chart of Apex, and you can see that the price has been trading from this to this range below VWAP. That means what? That you have to find out the opportunities to buy now, not sell, because the selling has already happened. The price is below the VWAP. Then you have to find out the opportunity to buy. When the opportunity to buy comes, when the first candle is made, which is green, large big candle, green in color, which means that the sellers are totally out of game, the buyers are in. That is the reason why they are pushing the stock. If you get to enter the stock at this level, which happens to be 355, the closing price is above VWAP, you can understand the kind of money which you are going to make. From 356 level, the stock has moved up to 380 plus 390, 400 levels. So this is 50 rupees, which makes around 10% of profit within a very short span of time. And this was 1st of January, and you can understand within a day you can make such a big amount of profit if you are on the right side of the trade and you identify at a very quick timing. Otherwise, if you identify it late, just leave the stock, do not trade it that day. One more important thing by which you can confirm that the buyers are in control, that when the green candle is formed and you find that volume is high, that means simply that at this price range a lot of buyers have got into it. That is the reason why these volumes have increased. So volume is another pattern which indicates that the stock is going to move up, and the stock generally moves up on this very same price because volume has come. So you have to focus only on three things, that is the candle which gives you buy or sell signal, VWAP, the stock. If the stock is moving below VWAP, then you have to find out opportunities to buy once it clears the VWAP significantly. And of course, the volume, if the volume at this price range are high as compared to previous volumes, then you can understand the buyers have come here. The closing price, if the closing price is this, then you can just enter into trade, and let me tell you, you'll make good amount of money. Just a couple of quick examples. One more, like GICRE, you can be into this trade here once it gives the clear-cut breakout of opening substantiated with the higher volume as compared to the previous volumes. So you can understand the volume is high, the stock has been into green, the buyers are active. Just get into the trade here, and thereafter you can see this, you can book the profit here, which gives it around almost 2 to 3% of returns. This is one. Number two, if you've somehow missed the bus here, or if you get into the stock here, but I will not recommend you to buy here. I want you to buy it right when it just closes above VWAP, and I will not recommend you to get into the stock here, although this has been substantiated with the higher volume here. But I will not recommend you to buy here. I will just recommend you to stick to the basics and buy right when the closing price is firstly above VWAP and you get the first confirmation signal, which is this candle. So that's how you trade. The one more example of RBL Bank. In this you have to buy this stock over this candle, the first candle. Once if you are, but you want one another candle to be for confirmation, you find the another candle again, closing price is above, and you substantiate it with the higher volumes. Then this is totally confirmed that the stock is going to be bullish from here on, and see the kind of move it has made from 350 levels or the 348 levels to what levels? Almost 368 levels. So kind of 6% returns within one day. You can understand this is the 2nd of January, this is 3rd of January. So this trading is happening just in one day. So these are the techniques which you need to keep in mind, and this is very doable, as simple as buying the stock right when it closes above VWAP and sell the stock when it closes below VWAP. This is how you trade, and this is as simple as that, provided you keep two things in mind: that do not buy initial 40 minutes, that is market opens at 9:15. Do not get into the trade till 10 o'clock. Just I will request you to hold your horses till 10 o'clock. Just enter after 10. One, and second is every day use new VWAP. Do not focus on the previous day. Previous day is over. All the market news sentiments, all the macros are over. Every day just start a new VWAP. Just read a stock standalone with new fresh VWAP and new mindset. And if you take care of these two things and the previous pro tips and tricks which I have already told you, believe you me, you will make hell lot of money out of this market just with one trick, that is VWAP. Thank you so much friends for watching. If you like the video, please smash the like button, and if you have not subscribed to the channel till now, you're really missing something. I do not want you to do that, and please do hit the bell icon for getting the regular updates. Thank you so much friends for watching. Bye bye for now.